I think the problem that we as osteopaths or physios or chiropractors or doctors even have is that we know a lot about the human body and we assume that everybody else does, at least the basic knowledge. But just in case you don't, these challenges that I mentioned earlier on this morning in one of my stories, these physical challenges that charities ask you to do normally over the course of a month. So push-up challenge, 100 push-ups each day for a month, or burpee challenges or similar thing, or run a mile every day for a month, these kind of things. These are great things. These are great challenges for you to do. But unfortunately, the people that are giving you those challenges haven't thought about the medical side of that. And what I see every year is people doing these challenges and then getting injured because the actual challenges haven't said, well, this is the way you need to do them specifically. So for example, with the push-up challenge, they don't show you how to do a push-up properly. Okay, and if you do a push-up not in the right, correct way, or if you've got an underlying problem before you start doing those push-ups, you're going to injure yourself. So they need to show you how to do it properly. And I've seen plenty of people come to me with injuries from doing the push-up challenge. Okay, now your body will do all of those things, will do all of the things that you ask of it if you train it, okay? And if you train it to deal with that load, and dealing with that load is called adaptation, okay? Training your body to deal with a new load so it doesn't get injured, all right? All of these things, this is what happens. Now, if you're training bone, muscle, tendon, this is how long it takes to change. So a tendon will take, a muscle will take 4 weeks of consistent training before you get the beginning of muscle changes. So strength, for example, yeah, or tone, if you like, all right? But that's 4 weeks of consistent, specific training, okay? So if you're training for running, you need to be doing specific training for running. If you're doing weightlifting or weight training, the weight training has to be specific for that running, otherwise you won't get the right muscle changes. Similarly, for tendons, take 6 weeks of specifically training those tendons on a consistent basis to make the change in those tendons. Yeah. For bone's a very interesting one. So you could start training now in the first week of your running session, for example, and your bones, yeah, the load that you're using won't start to change for another 3 weeks. Okay, so the training you're doing this week, you'll see the benefit of that in 3 weeks' time, not the next week. Okay. And that's why the Couch to 5K is such a great tool, because that's what they do. They build up over 9 weeks to get you running 5K rather than getting you running 5K the next week. Okay, because if you do that, you'll get a stress fracture because your bone can't deal with that load. And then for cardiovascular fitness, if you want to build up your cardiovascular fitness from nothing, then you have to do specific training for that, and it will take 12 weeks or 3 months for that to change to get to you to a decent level. All right, so adaptation is really important. Do things slowly, progressively, with a coach to give you the specific kind of training that you need so that you can go on to do all of those challenges that you want to do without getting injured.